What are we stepping into here? Secret portal. This is new, I think. Doesn't look familiar anyway. Before you is a sight that seems out of place in the alien landscape around you. Strangely placed into one of the living walls of the beyond is an enclosed stone entrance filled with a swirling magical portal. You aren't sure where it leads, but maybe it could speed your journey through the Spire. Enter the portal has me immediately travel to the boss. Holy cow. Alright, we're doing it. Jumping through the portal, your sense of time and space is completely torn apart. As you reorient yourself to the new surroundings, you realize that right before you is a fearsome battle. What's up, cool people? My name's Matt. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. Okay. So I don't know if I'd call this a speed run per se of an Ironclad run that I've been doing here, but it's definitely quicker than last time. I'm about to get into the Act 2 boss here, and I think I might go all the way through the end of Act 3. Okie day, let's see here. Infernal Blade. Gives me a headbutt, okay. We'll do Flex. And then headbutt, I guess, to put Flex back on top of my deck. Might actually try and kind of save Impervious for later. Because otherwise I have to exhaust it, and I basically only get one, maybe two uses out of it. And that's assuming I exhume it. Oh, and I can't gain block very well this turn. Yay! Well, Flex for sure. Uppercut. Because if I can't gain block, I'll make him deal less damage. Ooh. And then Heavy Blade would deal 30. Or I do Strike, so I also have Metallicize. Especially for a boss battle, I'd rather have Metallicize in play. Now, hold up. Oh, right. Duh. Okay, Perfected Strike for sure. And I could deal 12 more damage and keep him vulnerable. Or I just go for some block and roll with that. See, now I'm only taking 1 damage. But I remain frail. So that's lovely. Ooh, upgraded armaments. Heck yeah. Playing that. Now all these other cards get upgraded. Thunderclap. Strike. And that'll end that turn. Oh, and now I'm also weakened. Lovely. I definitely want to play Fire Breathing. I can exhume. Sure. Oh, why was I thinking I also had the... Okay, well, this works out too, I guess. Rampage. You know what? Thunderclap first, then Rampage, then Strike. And of course, the moment I have Spot Weakness in my hand, he's not gonna attack. Well, that stinks. So I guess I'll play Rampage and Defend and Perfected Strike. Yeah. And he just gained 20 block. That's fun. Ooh. Okay, armaments, flex, perfected strike, and headbutt. Yeah, let's get armaments plus back in the rotation, shall we? Oh, I didn't realize I was gonna draw it immediately. Well, that stinks. Oh well. I'm down to 24 health. This is not great. Okay. Let's armaments into bash, into strike. Okay. Don't really have a way of blocking this turn. I'll definitely want to use uppercut. Thunderclap and strike. Jeez, I'm doing so little damage. He's about to use a buff on himself, eh? Okay. Well, at least that means I can focus on attacking this turn. Heavy blade. Thunderclap. Strike. Oh, now he's stronger. Yay. But he's still planning to buff himself, so... Perfected strike. Which does a bunch of damage. Rampage. And strike. Okay. Holy cow, he's got 8 extra strength. Okay, flex for sure. That would deal 9 damage. Times 30. Eh. Thunderclap. I have no means by which to block this turn, so I might as well deal as much damage as possible. 39. And another 15. Okay. Good thing I have the fairy in a bottle. Oh, that didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought it would. Oh, never mind. Yes, it did. It's just the fairy in a bottle got used up on the first hit. Okay. Alright. Spot weakness. Uppercut's already upgraded. Doggone it. If I want to survive... Although... Weak means he deals 25% less. So I think I would survive just by using armaments then? Especially with Metallicize in play. Dagnabbit. Actually, no, I wouldn't survive. Scratch that. If I made him weak, he would deal 15. I would have 8 block, so I would take 7 damage. Technically, I would live. And then that sets me up better for a future turn, I suppose. Ugh. Okay. I'm like, I better win this soon. Ooh, hey. Yeah. Maybe something like a Perfected Strike and Heavy Blade. There we go. Okay. Whew. That got close. 100 gold. Flex Potion. Okay. And which rare card am I... Ooh. 4 damage to all enemies. Heal HP equal to unblocked damage. Start of your turn, lose 1 HP and draw 1 card. Not real keen on making myself vulnerable. Healing would be nice. Alright, which relic am I gonna get? Replaces Burning Blood. At the end of combat, heal 12 HP. Interesting. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. I kind of like the Black Blood relic. It essentially doubles the effectiveness of Burning Blood. And I don't think I've seen that one before. I'm gonna take it. Oh, fun. I know what's coming up. For the Act 3 boss here. I don't have a ton of gold to spend on the shop. So I think I might go to the right here. Get some events in. Honestly, I think I might just primarily stick to the right-hand side. Although I might hop all the way over to the left after a little while. Depending on how things go with the first few battles. Yeah, I think getting more familiarity with the game has helped me a lot with making my decisions, essentially. 5 damage to all, that would result in 20 to... I'm gonna become impervious. Explodes in 3 turns, dealing 30 damage. Don't really like that idea a ton. Oh, right, don't have enough energy for that. Fine, Whirlwind. Okay. I took 1 damage there, no big deal. Infernal Blade. Gives me Anger. Which... I guess I could use... Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Exploder here. And because I got rid of an enemy, that triggered... I thought there... Yeah, that triggered the Mark of Pain. So I got an extra energy and drew... No. No, that just gives me an extra energy at the start of the turn. It's the Gremlin Horn that gives me an extra energy and a card draw with each enemy defeated. Also, I'm going to Exhume to bring back Infernal Blade. Okay, 9 damage, eh? Well, I can... Tell you what, I can use Armaments to upgrade Headbutt. Hit the Exploder with that. I could put a Perfected Strike on top of my deck then. So close to getting rid of that Exploder. In fact, I might use Metallicize just because I'm that close. Okay. Well, shoot. Now I'm forced to use Perfected Strike on the Exploder, because otherwise it's going to deal 30 damage. Fine. Shrug it off. Ooh. Spot weakness. I guess. So I could deal some more damage there. Oh no, I took one more damage. So I do have some things going on where I've got a couple of statuses and curses affecting me, which is why I've got this fire breathing in play. But for now, I'm gonna Thunderclap and then Heavy Blade. No. Defend, so I don't take damage from the thorns here. Yeah. Pummel plus Combust or Rage. Going with Rage. Better for combo purposes, really. Alright. What are we stepping into here? Secret portal. This is new, I think. Doesn't look familiar anyway. Before you is a sight that seems out of place in the alien landscape around you. Strangely placed into one of the living walls of the beyond is an enclosed stone entrance filled with a swirling magical portal. You aren't sure where it leads, but maybe it could speed your journey through the Spire. Enter the portal has me immediately travel to the boss. Holy cow. Huh. Well, that could make this a really fast run one way or another. Do I feel like I'm prepared, though? I mean, there's also the chance that finding something along the way would make it worse. Because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total of 13 more rooms to go, including final rest before it. And again, there's a lot of potential for things to get hairy in amongst that. Alright, we're doing it! Jumping through the portal, your sense of time and space is completely torn apart. As you reorient yourself to the new surroundings, you realize that right before you is a fearsome battle. I wouldn't consider my deck to be bad, per se. I certainly wouldn't call it ideal, but... Alrighty. Rage. I think I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade Thunderclap with my armaments card there. See what I get from Shrug It Off. Okay, a strike. Sure. Get some more damage in on one of these cultists. Oh boy. Okay. Well, there's Thunderclap again. Except this time, I have no means of gaining any block. Yippee! Well, other than Metallicize. Alright, since I'm going to be attacking a bunch, Flex Potion. Thunderclap. Heavy Blade. Whew, 43 damage. Okay. There's one cultist gone. Okay, that only deals 16. And another cultist gone. Like I needed another flex. Well, either I take 20 damage and deal probably about 20. You know what? Yeah. Although Metallicize is kind of nice for the long term. Oh, jeez. Defend just to block a little bit of something. Ooh, uppercut. Even less damage to me. And then cleave, I suppose. Infernal Blade for sure. Drop kick. 5 damage if the enemy has vulnerable. Gain an energy and draw a card. Sure. Spot weakness. I gain 4 strength. Okay, well, I definitely want to use Perfected Strike. Do I also want to use Bash here? Or do I take the passive Fire Breathing? Okay, ooh. Armaments plus. So all of this stuff has been upgraded. So that's actually going to deal probably like 13 damage, which I would then heal. Either way, I got to defend. So do I just gain an insane amount of block right now? Yeah, you know what? I'm only going to take like 7 damage here, which I'm going to heal more than that from Reaper. So, yeah, we'll do it that way. Dropkick again. Only this time it costs 1 instead of being free. Okay. Now, because of how much energy I have, I'll definitely use armaments. So that would deal 10 damage to all enemies, or do I gain more block right now? It's about to deal 24 damage. Shoot, if I'm going to use the power anyway, I might as well make it more effective. Oh, credit. Gain strength? Why? Oh, whenever you play a power card, it gains 1 strength. Well, that's unfortunate. Especially considering how much I like my power cards. The enemy intends to attack. Gain 4 strength. Boom. Ooh. And this is where Heavy Blade can start doing some serious damage. It's 38. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to play 1 of these. So I guess Heavy Blade it is. I'm not doing so hot on health, though. And it's about to be even worse. Ouch. And of course, I only have 1 freaking attack in my hand when I'm able to play Rage. Like, come on. Flex. Thunderclap. Okay, that drew Whirlwind for me. But that's still just playing the card once. I need some block, dang it. And I still took damage there. Armaments plus. Might as well start with that. Exhume. I guess I'll exhume Infernal Blade. Ooh, blood for blood. Okay. But yeah, I seriously think I'm about to die here. I guess I was not quite prepared enough for this battle. Well, phooey. Okay, so maybe jumping through that portal wasn't such a good idea. But, so what I'm thinking I might do here, is just get myself in another standard Ironclad run, get myself up to the final boss again, whatever that might happen to be, and then I'll record another little bit from there, kind of explain what all I have going on, get into that boss fight and see if I clear it. Okay, so I plunged back into the game here with the Ironclad. I made it all the way through Act 3, right up to the final boss battle here. And, yeah, I'm gonna have another go at this. It's a different boss, though, so it's even more understandable that I might get a different result here. So, before I get too much into the battle, here is my deck. The usual strikes and defends and bash, but that's upgraded. Upgraded War Cry. Upgraded Flame Barrier. Perfected Strike, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of Perfected Strike. 2 of which are upgraded. So, those, of course, all benefit each other. I've got an upgraded Infernal Blade here, which means it costs 0. Got a dual wield, an upgraded Seeing Red, Cleave, Wild Strike, Metallicize, Searing Blow, Feed, which gave me a couple of extra bits of max health along the way. Ghostly Armor Plus, Bloodletting, another Infernal Blade Plus, Second Wind Plus, Rage, Uppercut, Reckless Charge, True Grit Plus, Armaments, Perfected Strike, Demon Form, Pommel Strike Plus, Anger Plus, Bandage Up, Heavy Blade, Writhe, because I think I picked that up from making some sort of deal where I upgraded something or got a relic, maybe. Anyway, I have Bludgeon, Rage Plus, another Anger Plus, Spot Weakness Plus, and another Armaments. So there's my deck. Potions currently are Fairy in a Bottle and Blood Potion. Relics are as follows: Burning Blood, which heals 6 at the end of combat. An Old Coin, which gave me 300 gold. Regal Pillow, which let me heal extra when I rested. Self-Forming Clay. So whenever I lose HP, I gain 3 block the next turn. Wing Boots allowed me a few chances to not directly follow the next path, or directly follow a certain path on the map when I chose my next room. Eternal Feather, for every 5 cards, heal 3 whenever you enter a rest site. that helped me get to a few rest sites and not feel the need to heal, so instead I upgraded or did something else, which I'll get to later. Got a toolbox. Start of each combat, choose 1 of 3 random colorless cards and add the chosen card into your hand. That's why I had that initial choice, which you saw there. At the start of this battle, Runic Cube has me draw a card whenever I lose HP, so I'm actually gaining 3 block for the next turn and drawing a card whenever I lose HP. Gremlin Horn, whenever anything dies, I gain an energy and draw a card. Centennial Puzzle, first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. And I got a few things that raised my max HP, like this pear, this strawberry, and then I think the mango way over here, yeah. For a total of, let's see here, 14, 21, 31 max HP just from those. I got the Philosopher's Stone, which gives me extra energy at the start of each turn, but enemies gain 1 strength. The Boot, which makes sure any bit of damage I deal that's under 5 gets increased to 5. Anchor starts me off with 10 block each combat. Pantograph, start of boss combats, heal 25 HP. That didn't really help me, honestly, other than maybe like, I don't know, 5 HP at the start of this battle. Bag of Marbles, at the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I got this shovel here, which I used at a couple of rest sites to dig for relics, including the Smiling Mask, which didn't actually end up helping. And I think that's also how I got either the Mango or the Nunchaku. Possibly both. But this is, if I receive 5 or less damage, it goes down to 1. And the Nunchaku gives me an extra energy every 10th attack I play. Okay, so that's the situation. Now, let's see if I can beat this boss. Although this one may potentially be even easier than the one that I got in the, like, portal skip attempt. So, what to do? I think I am gonna... I think I'm gonna use Flame Barrier here. Now, I should not be taking any damage this turn. I forget how these dudes work. Something tells me I actually want to attack the one in the back first. Like, even to the point of just getting rid of it. Yeah, that one just gave them both some strength, which is not good for me. You see, now I could do Bludgeon, but Perfected Strike does more. So, I'm gonna go with Perfected Strike. And then I will use Armaments on this Defend here. So I can gain even more block. Fortunately, even if I completely run out of HP in this battle, I heal back to 30% of my max. But also, probably before that happens, I'm going to use the Blood Potion here. Or maybe after, I don't know. But that heals 20% of my max HP. So I have easy ways of gaining quite a bit. Okay. Definitely going to use Bandage Up. Infernal Blade. Gives me a Thunderclap. Nice. And of course, that costs 0 because of coming from Infernal Blade. Or, yeah. Infernal Blade was what it's called. Seeing Red. This is a pretty decent time to use Demon Form. It's still pretty early in the battle. Pommel Strike deals 10 damage. thinking I care more about using Perfected Strike. Oh yeah, they didn't become weak because they each had an artifact. Oh well. And I'll use Metallicize for extra block throughout the battle. You know what? I think I will lose HP, just extra card draw, and then it gives me the 2 energy, which I was going to use on Heavy Blade, but now I will instead use on Bash. I am trying to get rid of Donu as soon as possible. Which, if you did notice, back one here is called Donu, because it's a donut shape. Front one is called Deca, I guess, for being a decahedron? Although it looks more like it'd just be a octahedron. But anyway, I digress. Okay, definitely gonna start this turn with Rage. I will play Armaments to upgrade Dual Wield. I will use that on Anger. Strike, strike, anger, anger, anger. Second wind doesn't really do anything for me right now. Infernal Blade. Let's see what I get from that first. Okay. 6 damage 4 times, although in that case it would be 9 damage 4 times, which is nice. But let me also use Reckless Charge here. 37. I might be able to get rid of Donu on this turn. In fact, yeah, that should do it right there. Yeah. Searing Blow. Oh, sure. You know what? Doesn't hurt. Strike. Raising my max HP doesn't really do anything for this. Oh yeah, by the way, you'll notice there is nothing in the usual chat box below me. I am not live while recording this. Like, I am not in the middle of a live stream while I'm recording this. Typically, I am. But just for this situation, I thought I could, you know, record some added stuff while I'm not live streaming. Also, this happens to be a long weekend for me. So there's all that, too. Spot Weakness doesn't do anything for me this turn. I guess I can... I guess I'll just be defending like crazy. Okay. I will play... So if I did Uppercut, that deals 21 damage and applies a Vulnerable, which would add 25% to the Perfected Strike. With that extra amount, it would be, what, another, like, 12 or 13 damage? So, we'll say 62. Plus the 21 from that would be 73. Whereas if I just use the 2 Perfected Strikes, it's going to be 88. Of course, I'll also take a little bit less damage by using Uppercut. But still. Okay. Not looking too shabby here. Finesse, sure, even if just for the block gain. Anger. This is part of what I was hoping for when I copied copied anger earlier. Because the more you use anger, the more copies of it you get into your deck within a battle. And then, well, within the same battle that they're used. Okay, well, seems pretty obvious what I'm doing this turn. And I have got Deca down to 8 health now. So, yeah, there's a win for you. And first time defeating Donu and Deca, apparently. And I didn't even need the fairy in a bottle or the blood potion. Okay. Pulsing Dread. Heart of the Spire. Ready your blade. 909 damage. I've done a total of 8,439 damage to the heart. But I'm not sure that even matters, other than it's like letting you know between all of your combined runs how much damage you've dealt. Oh? Ruby. Oh yeah, because I beat the game with the Ironclad. Duh. And got the final remaining unlocks for the Ironclad. Oh, Blue Candle, Dead Branch, and Singing Bowl. I know I've had the Blue Candle and the Dead Branch before, at least in some kind of run or another. I'm not as sure about the Singing Bowl. Anyway. Okay. Well, that does it for at least Ascension 0 Ironclad. Aha, see, now we got the red showing up on here. So, once I clear it with the defect, I should get the blue to activate. And then we'll really see what happens. Okay, so I've actually cleared an Ironclad run now on Standard. So all that's left now is the defect. I'm probably going to take a similar approach. Gonna show another entire run or however far I get. And then if I don't clear it first attempt, I'll go back and like get myself set up at the final boss battle, explain what's the situation with my deck and the relics and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it would be better if I just kind of pick up near where I left off if I don't even get to Act 3 especially, but I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I digress. In any case, similar approach to what I just did with that Ironclad run combination. That was actually the very next Ironclad run, by the way. But, yeah. And then once I clear Standard mode with the defect, we'll see what happens with the little, like, symbols glowing and what that maybe unlocks or whatever happens as a result of that. But, yeah, okay. I think I've rambled on long enough. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to get updates when I post new ones. Look down in the description for links to social media pages and all that good stuff. And leave your thoughts and questions down in the comment section below all that. That's it for now. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you soon for another video. But whatever the case is, until next time, stay cool, people.